Patrick was, I like to say, a Renaissance kid, a lot of sports, music, very good at school. He was playing ice hockey and he fell. He was fine, he got up, he played the rest of the shift, he played the rest of the game. He was also a champion Irish dancer, and the next week he was supposed to go to an Irish dance competition. And he came to me and was like, Mom, I really can't dance on the leg. Making a long story short, they took an x-ray, and it wasn't the injured leg, but on the other leg, there was a shadow on the x-ray, which turned out to be
osteosarcoma.
Osteosarcoma is a aggressive and nasty disease.
It's bone cancer.
So with Patrick, we received a gift because he had been playing those sports and had been so involved in music and dance. We probably found the osteosarcoma way before it had even bothered him or manifested or spread too far. All in all, Patrick spent 100 days in the hospital. The chemotherapy for osteo is particularly aggressive. The regimen is good, with about 7% outcomes are positive. 70% sounds like good odds when it's not your child. When it's your child, anything under 90 is not good. Patrick is a very resilient child. He's tough, but nothing prepares you for the difficulty of seeing such a vibrant child have to go through such a difficult thing. He was incredibly ill because Patrick's cancer was in his leg. It made actually returning to some of his previous activities like ice hockey or lacrosse or even Irish dance very difficult. But one thing he did have was piano.
His dad came and found me, looked me up, found me online, asked me if I made house calls for teaching. Once I found out what Patrick was going through, it was no question. Of course, I will come and teach Patrick again. I was excited to see him again. He was a great student. I saw what he was playing on, and it was just a digital piano. There's only so much a student can do with a keyboard. It doesn't inspire students the way a real piano does. It truly makes a difference when students have a real piano and they can really grow with that instrument.
As more people talked about Make-A-Wish and we saw what it could do for Patrick, the ability to give him something to look forward to at the end of the treatment, it was just a beautiful option and a very supportive group.
When I found out that Patrick's wish was to get a piano, I was so thrilled because I knew he liked piano, but I didn't know it had touched him that much and that it was that much of an experience for him. And for a piano teacher, you can't ask for more than that. Rosie contacted me from Make-A-Wish and asked for a little bit of guidance on picking a piano for Patrick. Whereas before we were just shopping for one piano, when we came to Ruggero, we had the opportunity to pick from 3 different pianos. And when Richard explained to me the idea of Patrick choosing one based on what his ear and his heart was telling him, it seemed like just a wonderful opportunity to make the Make-A-Wish even more special.
When somebody plays a piano that they really love, there's something about that emotional response that they get when they're playing that piano. And someone who really loves that sound and loves to play will not be able to walk away from that. Even the piano we think someone will like, based on what they've told us, will be totally wrong. You just have to wait and make sure that there's a connection. No matter what the age of the person, they still have an ear and a feeling for what they like in terms of tone and what they like to feel when they play. When somebody finds a piano that they really like, you can't get them off of it. You'll take them off of it and try to find something else, and they go right back to it like a magnet. They can't stay away from it. And that's when you know that the person has found the proper match. And that's our job here at Ruggero Piano, is just to help each person find the proper match. And sometimes they even surprise themselves. They think they're going to want this brand or that one, and they walk in and they find something they never even heard of before, and they play it, and there's just something about that instrument. You can define it in terms of technical terms, the length of the strings, the felt they used on the hammer, but really it's totally about that emotional response. Patrick will have that, I guarantee, that response in a bigger way on one of these 3. We'll just have to wait and see.
I'll be happy with whichever one of these pianos Patrick picks because they're all great options. I am really excited to see which one Patrick selects.
We always are excited to help someone find a piano that's a match for them. That's a great moment when we deliver it. Some folks have been waiting their whole lives till they have the resources to buy a really fine grand piano. In Patrick's case, he's wanting to have a nicer instrument to be able to share his gift. And that's probably the most exciting thing, that he wants to take this moment and share it. He wants an acoustic piano so he can improve, he can get better and share with some other folks that are going through maybe what he's going through. And that gift of music is such a healing thing in his situation, that he's thinking outside of himself and thinking about others is just remarkable.
We are getting ready for Patrick and his family to come. So we are putting up the streamers and the balloons. We're really excited to have Patrick here to choose his piano.
I hope from today that Patrick takes away how much he is loved and how special he is, because this is a really amazing thing that's happening for him, and I hope that he sees how much he's appreciated by everyone in his life and how special he is.
The nice thing about Make-A-Wish is it makes a child feel special, not because they were sick, but because they have something they're doing when they're well. I think he feels pretty special.